In this video, we're going to do a simple if statement. There will be a second one that will be a little more advanced. So in this example, this company will pay commissions. So we have the commissions, or excuse me, the sales for the year, and then we're going to see what their commissions were each year or each month. They will get a commission if they have sales greater than $5,000, and then we will calculate that commission. We're going to do it in two steps. First, we're going to show yes and no so you can see how the if statement works, and then we'll go and edit that to incorporate a formula to create commissions. So we're going to use equal if. And the if statement has three parts to it. The first part is the logical test. This is where we take and compare, in this example, the sales for that month to this threshold, this minimum threshold of sales. So in this example, it's going to be B11 is greater than or equal to D7. And we want to make this absolute because we know we're copying these through the rest of the months, or the rest of the months of the year. So this is the logical test. It's going to return either a true or a false. There's no other options. So I get comma. Now I'm working with value if true, and this is what happens if it's actually true. Now we're going to kind of like ignore the situation. So if it's true, we're going to take that sales for that month, B11 in this example, and we are going to multiply it by 7%. So we have an input here. Make that absolute as well. So this is what happens if it's true. So any sales that are over $5,000, we will then take the sales for that month and we'll multiply it by the 7%. Now, if they don't have sales greater than or equal to 5,000, then they get nothing. So we just do 0. And then we close this and we hit enter. And we can see that this first person gets nothing. And if we just autofill that, we can see who does and who does not get commission. We might as well just set this all for currency. If we do currency, you'll see that anything that's 0 actually shows up as 0. If I go back to accounting, any values that are 0 get a dash. So it's really personal preference. Also notice that in accounting, the $, or whatever is the symbol for their currency, is on the left side. So it's really up to you as to what you want to do. I want to see 0, so I'm going to put this as currency. So then, by having this little input section here, we can then alter the threshold for getting commission. So I can change this to 3,500, and more people will get commission. We could change this to 3%, or we could do 10% commission. So by having these here as input, I don't have to go, or you don't have to go and make changes to this formula, even though it's just one formula. It's going to be like 500 for every salesperson. So by having an input section like this, then you make the change once and it filters through the entire spreadsheet. And that is just a very simple if function. Again, just to review, 3 parts. The first part, I'm highlighting it right here. This is the logical test. It is going to return either a true or a false. That's the goal of the logical test. So in this instance, we're looking at the sales for this current month, which is January, and we're comparing it to the input section here, D7. Now, right now it says 5,000. It could be anything. And then if that is true, meaning sales for January is greater than 5%, we're going to take the sales, which is this part right here, and we are going to multiply that by 10%, or whatever the commission percent is. And then if it's false, meaning they made sales less than 5,000, then they just get the 0. So this is really the basis of all if statements. We can get pretty involved, a little fancy, by incorporating multiple if statements and multiple functions within our if statement. And it does get a little overwhelming sometimes, but you just take it step by step and you can create it very well. So that is just a very basic if statement example.